Hello, good evening, guys, and welcome to our seventh session on ITPE. So this evening, our topic for this evening is about XAML performance. So before we give you the objectives, so first is Windows operating system XAML performance. Number two, value the importance of Windows operating system XAML performance in desktop applications development. And number three, understand Windows operating system XAML performance and its applications in applications development. Before anything else, let us acknowledge what is XAML performance. Basically, XML performance is applications and such as navigate to show the next content. So that is very important, no? And then the performance of an application can be impacted by many things, including the ability of XML rendering engine to parse all the XML code you have in your application. So take note that it's a very powerful tool for creating user interface, but it can be more robust by using new techniques which are now available in Windows 10 applications. So like for example, there are certain things which you want to show when the page is loaded and then do not need it later. So it is possible that to start up you do not need all the user interface elements to be loaded. And in Windows 10 applications, some new features are added in XAML which improve XML performance. So the performance of any UWP or Universal Windows application can be improved by the following techniques. So makita nyo kay na you have deferred loading and progressive rendering. Now we are going to talk about first the progressive rendering, no? Kung ano din yung tawag ng progressive rendering. So when we speak about progressive rendering, this refers to some application that is being found in our exercises later on. And we have two kinds of progressive rendering. These are the X-bind and the X-face. So magambal ka mo guys ng X-bind, it is the new syntax introduced in XML for binding, which works most the same way as binding syntax does. So doon naman ninyo itong application natin karang nagligad before kami term ang element binding. So that is one example. So X-bind has two different key differences. It provides the compile time syntax validation and better performance. So the other one is the X-face. When you talk about the X-face, it refers to the ability to prioritize the rendering of XML controls in data templates. So for each UI element may have only one face specified. So if so, that will apply to all the bindings on the element on your exercises. So we have here an example, no? Ang code nga gamiton natin later on. Let's see if we can do the some examples on deferred loading and progressive rendering. Okay. So the next one is what we call the deferred loading. Ang kinalain niya within the progressive rendering is that, di ba, ang ginagamit natin tulad guys sa Windows 10 nga directed lang. Hey, kamo before mag-run ang forms naton, di ba, ginpara naton siya ang form when you're going to run a form. And we had a successful running of the applications and there are no errors. Automatically, guys, the application will be run through the start menu, no? If ever, if you don't want to go to Visual Studio 2022, automatically you can run it using your start menu. So that kind of rendering is called your progressive rendering, no? So that is progressive. Kay insa, why mo siya gin-run nga abi guys sa 2015 nga version, 2013, 2015, gagamit pa kita ka deferred loading. So ang deferred loading at ginatawag kada is gina-compile anay sanda within sa network kaya ginatawaan pa ka command code gina-process sa package niya. Pero ang sa 2022 nga version ka Visual Studio, automatically it's progressive rendering. So that is the difference between the two. Okay? And let me add some elements of the deferred rendering. When in fact, the deferred loading, sorry, when we speak about deferred loading, so it is a technique which can be used to minimize the startup loading time by reducing the number of elements of XAML, of course, at the startup of an application. So one strategy is called your X deferred load strategy or the lazy delay. So, delay, no, sa code. Now, ang delay sa code can be realized into elements that is the following. So, number one is the loaded element on the event element will be raised. And then number two, any bindings on the element will be evaluated. So, unlike progressive rendering, which is much more quicker, your deferred loading is examining all the codes line by line, and that is why it is delayed. Then there is a so-called binding on the element nga gina-evaluate niya. So number 3 naman is the application to be registered to receive the property change notifications on the property containing the deferred elements. Then the notification will be raised. So there will be notifications, and of course, if there will be notifications, that is what's this gonna it can be called the element in which it disturbs the binding of the code because nag-interrupt siya. So the right term there is interrupt. So the code has interrupts, and the interrupt is evaluating the seriousness of the line being raised on the element on the classifications for deferred loading. So the example, we have several examples here for the two. Okay, we will try each of it for after a while. Let's see kung mapagana natin siya. Okay. Okay. Then your activity for this evening is called your XAML Perf App 107. So you're going to create your XAML performance application. So we're going to refer to materials from lesson 9 and lesson 10. And you have to choose one to create and pilian ninyo. Pero I will be having a demo. So for several, just like we did sa tong data binding. Then pili lang kamo isa nga ninyo ipasa sa activity 7. Okay? So that will be your activity number 7. So for your code of the day, the question is, so what is the performance of application, such as how quickly your application appears at the startup or navigates to show the next content of your screen? So ang question natin is related sa topic natin for this evening. Okay? Ad astra per sapientia to the stars through knowledge. So thank you guys for listening and attending our lecture for this evening. Now let me demo some of the key elements so that we can start the process of the two topics for this under XML performance. So I think we are going to demo the XML face ANI, XML face. Then second one, we're going to demo deferred loading. Okay. Okay, so let me, the code are available on your lang. Okay, so the first one is XML face. Okay, let me show my screen. Okay, so we have Visual Studio 2022. And what we're going to do is create a new project. Now we are going to select blank application for Universal Windows Platform. So we're going to choose this one. Okay. Then next, for your project name, you're going to write there XAML face. Let me check our ano lang. So okay, so XML face. For the code, let's copy ang first nga ano niya sa main page. Go back here and create. Okay, so now we have the UI window. All you have to do is to click OK. Okay, so we have here the what's this again? Welcome window for the Universal Windows Platform. Actually, you can just close it. Okay, so for the main page, what you're going to do is double click the main page and do not configure the properties yet, guys. Double click the main page, and then the design for the main page will appear here. Okay, so this one, and then the code is here. So medyo naghanggod siya kay because naka 150%. So change it to 100. Okay. Okay, so since this is the Surface Book, which is the laptop, what I mean is this is the screen for the laptop, no, which is our output. So what we're going to do is in the design, we're going to Control A and then press delete. Then what you're going to do is to paste ang kaginang naging copy natin. Okay. Okay, so this one. Okay, so to check, ang code natin is this one. No? So this is XML main page, no? Okay. Now, what you're going to do next is to right-click the main page and then click the view code. So for this one, the code will be here. Okay, so until here lang siya. Then copy. Then paste it here. So you just click Control A, then delete. Then right click and paste. Okay, so there seems to be a problem on this one. Kaya naka-red siya. So check nyo di kung may pula siya, no? Then what we're going to do is pasakaon lang siya. So that mag-okay siya. Okay, then afterwards, go back to the main page. And then try natin mag-run kung okay siya. Okay, so press start. Then let's see kung what is the output. Okay, so this is our output. So this is our output for XML face. Then expectedly guys, it's because nga amo da itsura niyo supposedly. So for XML face, I think it's similar sa tong display ko kaninyo bala sa tang activity ninyo sa exam ninyo bala guys. So medyo similar siya. Okay. Medyo pareho siya, similar. So as you can see here, the X face with X-bind is used together to render the list view and grid view. So naka-list view siya and then grid view. So kung makita ninyo sa output naton, ang list view nga makita ninyo is ang listahan nga gapa mo ko. Ang grid view naman is ang isa ka element diyaw. So ang list is nagapasunod, nagalistado from top to bottom. Ang grid view naman is from left to right. So, amo na siya. So, as you can see, as I've said, the X face with X bind is used to render the list view and grid view items incrementally and improve the panning experience. So, amo daya gwa ka XML face. Okay? So, close ko na. Okay, I will close na guys ang ang Visual Studio. So, incidentally, sorry. Nag-update pa guys ang ang Visual Studio ko, nag-update pa. Okay, so while waiting for the update, gusto ko lang pakita kaninyo Deo nga without Visual Studio, no? So, click nyo lang ang start menu. Adya doon ang ginobra natin bago lang, XML face. So, amo dahil ginatawag nga progressive render. Nga mas kinuway ko siya process, automatically, pwede ninyo mo siya maparan using your start menu. So, kung i-click ko na siya, amo dahil doon niya ginobra natin karon. So, tawag kada guys is progressive rendering. So, this one. Okay. Hindi ka mo matingala guys ha. Sa insa nga nag-update gin-click ko kagina ang sa dalom tong update when closed, no? Update when closed. Abaw kada okay, so dali lang gid. Post ko na siguro, no? So, okay, I don't know kung magamit natin siya kung no. So, try natin na be. Hindi pwede good. Okay. Resume ko na lang siya siguro. Okay. Since the problem is nag-update ang Visual Studio ko, another example will be what's this? Obrahon lang natin guys sa Friday siguro, no? Sa next class natin ng isa pa ka-example. So anyway, the code there is in your I think the code and the for both the main sa deferred loading, makita nyo man sa dalom sa module ninyo. So you can try it using the codes. Ang code nga dang sa dalom para dato sa dang ganito. Saan na nga CS. So ang demo natin for this evening lang is ang sa XML face. Pero supposedly ma-demo naman gali ako para sa gali, no? Para sa deferred loading or sa deferred loading. Kaso nag-update ang Visual Studio. So kung mag-update guys ang Visual Studio ninyo dyan, I think i-update lang din ninyo para nga makabaton siya sa mga updates ng bago. And then so that simultaneous ang pag-obra ninyo ka-activity ninyo sa Visual Studio. So, buhay pa dyan siguro. Tapos, I'm sorry, Gid, hindi ta ka mo hindi siguro nato na mo. Lahat kayo maurasan, gid kita, guro ka dyan, no? But anyway, I will have the demo of the other one, the deferred loading sa Friday na lang siguro. Okay, thank you, good guys. Any questions about our activity for this evening? Do you have any questions? Okay man to guys, so nag-successful man niya, ubra nato na. So supposedly, duwa ka bilog i-demo ko daan, no? Pero ang XML phase lang ang nag-successful do karon. Ay, kaya ang pag-close ko siya kagina, gali na pindot kong update abi pag-close mo. So it's my fault. But anyway, I will show you the demo of the other one on Friday na lang siguro. Okay, so salamat guys sa pag-attend ka klase naton. Since you don't have any questions for this evening, please answer the code of the day for tomorrow, no? Tomorrow pa man, we'll have another class at 2 p.m. And then sa gabi pa code of the day ninyong activate, no? So it's all good. And thank you so much, Gile, for please start your activity, your exam, ITPE 3 exam, so that ma-checkan ko doon ang sa midterm ninyo, guys. Okay, so thank you, Ged, and good evening.
Sir, thank you, sir.
Do you
Good
have
evening.
any more? Okay, thank you, To. Thank you, Aaron,
Yes, sir.
for attending our class. Thank you, Vincent. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you
Thank you, Ate Henry.
so much for attending. Sige, bye-bye, guys. See you tomorrow sa IT 313 nato na klase. Okay, stop ko doon yung recording. Salamat, Ged.